We had some chicken on a lake of the day. We had some chicken on a lake of the day. Well, what says honey? Extra great honey. What says honey? Some new I don't make what I can. How these new I don't make what I can. Well, I want just honey. It's your rich money. We're losing money. I don't make what I can. Some elephants on our toes with the grow. We have these elephants on our toes with the grow. Well, I want this money. It's sure ain't money. What it was in money. I was with the grow. But it gives a shit. We had this rooster. He was so terribly gay. It's funny that way. We had this rooster. Well, it was funny that way. All I want is honey. What a rooster, honey. Fucking rooster, funny that way. I'm dead, just chicken. Dynamic stuff there.
Well, Johnny, give me a huge round of applause. Isn't that great?
Dynamic stuff. Fantastic.
Okay, we're going to finish out. We're going to do one more number, and then we're going to you have the DJ be coming back here with a comedian as well in tow with him. Okay.
Right, we're going to finish out with a song, and that's the way Johnny should be feeling now. It's top of the world, 50 years old. Give him a big round of applause there. Well done, Johnny. Congratulations, Johnny. Happy birthday, Johnny. Well done. There's a hope for 50 himself. This is a song.
Up here. Up. Give her a round of applause there. She's heading up here, heading in this direction. There she is. Johnny looks older than that woman. There you go. Give her a round of applause. Beautiful there. Classic stuff. Absolutely gorgeous. There you are. Lovely. Smiles for the camera. Okay, we said we're just motoring off ourselves here, but we're going to have, in a few minutes' time, we have, there's a comedian coming on. There's also the disco one, so it's going to be going in the small hours in the morning. So we'll leave you lovely now. We'll say goodnight to you from ourselves now. Good night. Good night. Thank you. Johnny McGee over the years. Since the day he was born until now, which is his 50th birthday. So Mick Donoghue, give Mick Donoghue a round of applause there. He's going to give a lecture.
Oh, Donoghue.
It's not a speech in the whole thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, could I have your attention just for a couple of minutes, please? A brief synopsis on Johnny McGee. The world was still in turmoil less than a year after the end of the Second World War. In Ireland, we were just after the emergency in Holles Street Maternity Hospital, Dublin. The arrival of one John Charles McGee, a bouncing baby boy. Having left the hospital, he was brought home. To all of us North County people, this may come as a surprise. Home to young John Charles McGee was on the south side. Sandymount to be exact. Yes, Johnny is a Southsider.
Oh! I'm a new liner!
At the tender age of 3 years, the family and Johnny moved north to the forest. St. Papan's School in Ballymun was his first port of call for education. Under the watchful eye of Mrs. Mulhall, he was refused entry to secondary school because in those days it was for girls only. A young man but already showing an interest. He had, as most people of the era, many summer jobs, fruit picking for Keelings and Michael Monks. However, his first full-time job was in Fingal Service Station, where under the watchful eye of George Greeley, he qualified as a fuel injection engineer. Having his first qualification under his belt, young Johnny moved further afield to Jack Monks as a bacon fattener. This was to be a long and arduous apprenticeship. He later moved to Pat O'Toole and Swords as a fully fledged, fully qualified bacon fattener. At the age of 16 years, he left for Belfast to join Her Majesty's Royal Navy. But on arrival, it's reported, he was a little flat-footed about the whole thing. So it was back to local employment when he moved over to the grind station for Sir Richard Musgrave. Under the guidance of one Bobby Finnegan, known to Johnny as Mr. Finnegan, at 17 he moved with J.T. Finnegan and Bob Bushell to the far off shores of London. Unable to find employment as a bacon fattener, he became best mates with a fitter, but couldn't find anything to fit. On one of the nights out in the big city, in the company of J.T. Finnegan, Johnny decided to return early to the digs. On his way, he came across a poor, lonely hedgehog. And being an avid animal lover, he decided to take the poor, lonely creature home and keep it warm by placing it in J.T.'s bed. He then turned out the light and awaited J.T.'s return. Within the hour, the rambler returned, and being of a considerate nature, he did not turn the lights on, and so as not to disturb his colleague's slumber. J.T. prepared for bed in the dark and pulled the covers, climbed in, and initially he was surprised. What an unusual place to leave a hairbrush. It was only when the hairbrush started to run up his leg, JT realised there was something amiss. It's reported that JT never before or since got out of bed as quickly, and even at that time of the night, in the pitch dark, the room was lit up by some beautifully colourful lighting. Upon the return to Dublin, he joined Dublin Pork Milling under Tom Kramer and diligently cycled to work each morning on a bicycle, which was to feature again at a later stage. He then joined PJ Walls. And speaking of walls, there's one down in Woodlawn Way in Santry which John reckons should be finished by the end of the century. Well, with Walls, Johnny used to collect scrap lead and would carry it home on his bicycle each evening. On one particular good day for scrap, or mongo as it was called, the load on the poor bike was heavy and the road was long. This was not to deter Johnny, but due to the weight of the lead in the front wheel of the bicycle collapsed, the bike would go no further. And so it was, the bike was another addition to Johnny's scrap. He will accept lifts from anyone, but do not ask to borrow his darts, as he may become offensive. Tommy Sharkey says Johnny wouldn't give him a dart. It's reported he wanted to join the Foreign Legion, but they wouldn't give him a caravan. Johnny joined De Beers, no, not Guinness, the Diamond Company, and since then it is reputed that he has shares in a public house down in Ballyvaughan, which has left Michael Monks to manage. In May of 1995, at a special meeting of De Beers accountants, it was decided that a large multinational company of this size could no longer sustain a wage bill as high as Johnny was causing. So he took early redundancy and he went to West Beirut, where he still resides. He's known locally as being a keen bird watcher and is often seen around Boss late at night. On one of his archaeological expeditions with his long-life friend, Eamon O'Sullivan, they ventured as far as Portmarnock and with the aid of a metal detector began to search. While our trusty archaeologists did not return empty-handed. No, they returned 4 hours later, laden down with 28 pence. And it's rumoured Johnny still has not received his share. This must, of course, lead on to the greatest archaeological find of all, the fossil. 320 million and 13 years old. And all Johnny wants is 1 penny per year. But alas, a buyer has not yet been found. The only thing almost as old as the fossil was the kettle, a Peugeot 104, purchased from Eamon O'Sullivan Motors. A sad day for Johnny when it refused to go. It was known as the kettle because it needed more water than a Burke boiler on a building site. The warranty was invalidated, according to Mr. O'Sullivan, by overuse of water. Frankie goes to Hollywood, Johnny goes to Holyhead, just for a day trip. Drinks all the way over on a boat, samples the local hostilities, complains about the local brew, drinks all the way back, and then decides he should go to the booth for a real pint of porter, and that's what I call a customer. People often wonder why Johnny parks his car in the same spot outside the coachman's on each visit, but there is method in his madness. He parks beside the pedestrian lights. On his departure, he duly starts the car, gets out, pushes the stop button for the pedestrian, gets back in the car, the lights change, and out drives Johnny. However, recently Johnny was accompanied by Carol. He instructed her to press the button as he started the car. The lights changed, the traffic stopped, Johnny went to drive away, Carol was still standing watching the traffic. Another great plan gone astray. Well folks, that was only the tip of the iceberg about young John Charles McGee. A true character, and like of the rogue, I'm sure he will all agree. For those of us who know him, and many of us there are, his character, laughter and humour are known near and far. For 50 years ago today, a good friend was born, and may he live as long again and see many similar more. John Charles McGee, an appreciation. Thank you.
Yes, Lee, that was Mick Donoghue. Give her another applause again there. Mick Donoghue done a fantastic job there on the life and times of Johnny McGee. Fantastic stuff.
I don't believe it.
We'll give them a little applause. Well done, lads. And the two bands here will have it. Well, the exams I've already known them, that you can keep the hands flat for a little larger than life, and smart enough. No more.
Too much of you. Every time I turn around, you're there, Joe. Hello. I'm pray tell, who are you?
Johnny's good, buddy. Johnny, happy birthday.
Where's the guy?
It's up this end, it's up to the Mario bar.
I'm coming in the bed.
Johnny McGee, happy birthday. And can we give this lady a biscuit around the drink? Yes, Miss Mario. No, on the floor, Mari. The mic is on the floor. Mari, the mic is on the dance floor. There we go. Kelly, happy birthday.
Come on, you future. Get out of it. 50. Now listen, guys. If this fella's 50, I'm fucking Madonna. You future. But who? Well, listen, I tell you. Is that hair for real? Come over here and I tell all your dirty secrets. I'm sorry I'm late, by the way, girls. I was in the queue. The poor unfortunate Dublin young ones, instead of pushing, she crossed her fucking legs like that. She said, I'm not delivering this to increase the children's allowance. What is there, say, will you push, you dirty gobshite? She came into me last week, she got pregnant. Say, I know, your results is positive. She must have been something in the air, so I watch your legs, you dirty cow. Well, here we are, darling. Put your arm around me, there's enough of me there. Mind how you handle those merchandises.
Give an arse like a fucking elephant.
You went out like one as well, love. Eh?